All right, today we are going to pull back the curtain on one of the most powerful and, well, invisible forces that governs our social lives. It's called the Law of Reciprocity. And we're not just going to talk about what it is, we're going to build a step-by-step system you can use to apply it ethically, to build way stronger relationships, and frankly, to get better outcomes.
So here's the game plan. First, we'll expose that unspoken obligation you feel pretty much every day. Then, we'll take a look under the hood, deep inside our own psychology, to see why this is a hardwired survival code. From there, we'll actually build the strategic giving system, something you can use immediately. And to wrap it all up, we're going to draw a really clear, bright line between ethical influence and outright manipulation.
Okay, let's just dive right in. I want you to imagine there's this silent contract that you never actually signed, but it dictates almost all of your interactions. You know, with everyone from your best friend to a total stranger. That's this unspoken obligation, and it is quietly steering your decisions every single day.
I mean, have you ever really stopped to think about it? Why does that little free cube of cheese at the supermarket make you feel like you should probably buy the whole block? Or why, when a coworker does a tiny favor for you, do you suddenly feel this urge to help them with a much bigger project later? These aren't just random acts of niceness. Nope, they are very specific triggers for a psychological reflex that we are about to break down.
And that right there, that's the heart of it. This isn't just about being polite. It's a genuine and sometimes, let's be honest, an uncomfortable feeling of debt. It's that subtle little nudge that pushes you to say yes when maybe, just maybe, you wanted to say no. This principle has been quietly influencing you your entire life, probably running in the background without you even noticing.
So, the big question is, why? Where does this intense feeling of obligation even come from? Well, this is not some modern invention of society. It's actually a fundamental piece of our evolutionary hardware. You could call it a deep survival code that's helped our species thrive for thousands of years.
Just think about our ancestors for a second. Survival was a team sport, and the law of reciprocity, that was the social glue holding the team together. It was a simple system. I give you some of my food today, and you feel an obligation to share yours with me tomorrow. This web of give and take is what built the cooperation necessary to hunt, to protect the tribe, to raise families. I mean, if you honored the code, you survived. If you didn't, you were pushed out. It was that critical.
And here's the thing. That ancient programming is still running full force in our modern brains. When a coworker buys you a coffee, what's the first thought that pops into your head? Okay, I've got the next one, right? Or a friend sends you a really helpful article. You immediately feel that little ping to find something useful to send back to them. It even works in high-stakes situations like negotiations. The side that makes the first small concession, they instantly create this pressure on the other side to reciprocate, which can completely break a deadlock. This isn't just a nice thing to do, it's a deep, deep impulse.
So what's really driving this whole thing? It's a feeling of discomfort. See, when someone gives us something, we experience what's called a psychological debt. It's this nagging sense that things are unbalanced, a low-level tension that we are all subconsciously motivated to get rid of. And what's the fastest way to get rid of it? Give something back. That feeling is the engine that makes this entire social contract work. Okay, so understanding the why behind all this is fascinating for sure. But the real power comes from turning that insight into a practical system you can actually use. So let's pivot from the theory to a clear, actionable framework that you can apply effectively and ethically in your own life.
Now here's where it gets really interesting, because most people use this force, but they use it really poorly. On one side, you have random giving. This is when someone gives something that's way too big or has obvious strings attached. It just makes the other person feel awkward, and it actually weakens influence. But on the other side, you have strategic giving. This is all about giving something small, but tailored. It's thoughtful, and it's delivered with absolutely no visible expectation of getting something in return. And ironically, that is what creates the strongest pull to reciprocate.
And that brings us to this crucial point. We often think that to gain influence, we have to make these huge, grand gestures. But really, the opposite is true. A big, unsolicited favor can feel like a burden, or even worse, like a bribe. It's the small, thoughtful, and strategic acts of giving that builds the deepest and most genuine sense of connection and trust. It's not about the size of the gift, it's about the precision of the thought behind it. Okay, let's build the actual system. It's called the 3S reciprocity system, and it's super simple to remember. First S, small. The favor should be low cost to you, but meaningful to them. Second S, specific. It has to be tailored to that individual's needs or interests. Generic gestures just fall flat. And the third, and maybe the most important S, subtle.
It has to be given with no pressure, no hint of expectation. The real power is in the freedom the other person feels.
And what's cool is how this system works pretty much everywhere. Let's make it practical. At work, instead of just cold emailing someone to ask for a meeting, first send them a link to a resource that you know is directly related to a project they're working on. In a negotiation, don't just dig in your heels. Be the first one to offer a small, unexpected bit of flexibility on a minor point. That signals goodwill and creates a powerful pull for them to be flexible in return. And socially, a public, genuine compliment about a specific skill someone has, that can be incredibly powerful. It creates a really strong positive bond.
Now, as we're talking about this, I know what some of you are probably thinking. Isn't this just a fancy word for manipulation? And that's a fair question. This is probably the most important part of this whole explainer, because understanding that ethical boundary is what separates real, sustainable influence from a cheap trick that will absolutely destroy trust in the long run.
So here's the crucial difference. It all comes down to your intention. Ethical influence uses these principles to find and build genuine alignment. The goal is to create a win-win, to make the relationship stronger for everyone involved. Manipulation, on the other hand, that's just pure exploitation. It's using these psychological triggers for selfish, short-term gain, period.
And in the end, this is really the only rule that matters. Any win you get from manipulation is fragile. It's temporary. The second people feel like they've been played, you don't just lose the deal, you lose your reputation. And your reputation is far, far more valuable. Building a foundation of real trust through ethical influence is the only strategy that works long-term.
So let's bring this all together into a real shift in approach. The average approach is to ask first. It's totally focused on the outcome. It's transactional. But the disciplined approach, the one we've built here today, is fundamentally different. It focuses on giving first, but doing it strategically. It's all about focusing on the system, not the immediate outcome. It's like being a gardener. You tend to the system, you care for the soil, knowing that the fruit will come as a natural result. And that is the core philosophy that can really transform your approach in so many areas of life. Chasing after individual outcomes is exhausting. It's unpredictable. But when you shift your focus to building good systems, like the 3S reciprocity system, you create an environment where the results you want start to show up as a natural byproduct of your actions. You're no longer just hoping for success, you're engineering it. So I'm going to leave you with this. Don't just file this information away. I want you to apply it. Think of one person right now in your professional or personal life. What's one small, specific, and subtle thing of value you can offer them today, with absolutely zero expectation of getting anything back? Maybe it's a useful link, maybe it's a specific compliment, maybe it's a quick introduction. Whatever it is, that's the first step. That's how you start building the system. Go do it.